Hi everybody, and welcome to a new weekly update. As they once said, we're back. I know I missed the last couple weeks, but we're having kind of technical difficulties getting the videos uploaded and stuff. So kind of figured that out, and hopefully from here will be smooth sailing, and we'll get those updates every Monday for you. So you can check out and be informed and stay on top of kind of what's new and exciting in the company, what changes are coming down the line, and things like that. So with that said, we're almost halfway through the month, actually a little over halfway through the month, and kind of have a few things to go over, some exciting things that are happening involving our low price guarantee, as well as products and things like that. But we'll kind of get into that in a little bit. Got a list of things to go through. So number one, let's start with, I know you've seen some of the blowout pricing on the products. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, we are going to get out of the Eternity laminate. There are a number of the products that are on blowout special pricing. The rest of the products that aren't, those are just going to be sold off hopefully between now and Christmas time, and we'll just kind of sell those at the regular price. But it's important for you to remember, anytime you're sending out samples or whatever, to kind of be aware of the stock situation. I'll be updating that weekly with your store managers, but it's always a good idea for you to go in the computer and double check before you send home samples with the customer, so we don't want to disappoint anyone. Along with the Eternity laminate, there's a few vinyls that we're getting rid of that we stock, as well as a few carpets. And I know some people are always like, man, we're getting rid of all this inventory. But if you haven't been here before, this is kind of like a natural progression. We usually pick products beginning part of the year, and then as the year goes on, or towards the end part of the year, end of the selling season, we kind of discontinue the slower movers and blow them out price-wise and liquidate. And then the beginning part of next year, 2011, we'll pick new stock products and try something different. But it's always kind of like in any business, you know, you get that 80-20 rule. 80% of your sales come from 20% of the products. So when we pick these new products and bring things into stock, we inherently know that not all of them are going to be a home run or a big hit. We anticipate that some of them are not going to sell, and it kind of just gives us a bigger selection, but we know in time we will be discontinuing them. So, and it's really not that big of a deal to the consumer, because they're not really good sellers anyways. So, so not to worry, it's just kind of a normal transition that we go through every year. Okay, so keep an eye on, and probably the most important thing is double check the inventory before you send the samples out. Okay, second thing I wanted to mention, new signs, the banners in the stores. Hopefully by now everyone has their three-sided or triangular low price guarantee, or that will beat any written bid by 10% guarantee, up near the counter. We chose that position because we figured that was the most central in all the stores, and an area that every customer would look at or see or be involved with. Also, you should be, if you haven't gotten already, you will be getting the new banners that talk about the no sales tax promotion. Okay. Our new aggressive approach, if you will, or new way of marketing is more of a in-your-face, if you will, or bold or confident, things like that. But it's definitely a more out-there approach. So, again, you must be well-versed, informed, comfortable with the beat any written bid by 10%, because that is going to be a staple of our advertising from here on. Okay, obviously the banners in the stores, it's drawing attention to it, and you just need to embrace it and understand and be on board with it. Okay, and use it to your fullest advantage of selling jobs. Okay. Next thing, along with the banners, kind of touched on a little bit in weeks past, and that's the new aggressive attitude. In the past, or people that have been here for a long time, we used to get caught up too much on margins and holding the price, and people are willing to pay more for our service and things like that. And a lot of that is true. However, talking to our new advertising agency, the way people shop and the way people are buying has changed versus, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. And it's up to us, our salespeople, our company, to change with the buying trends. Okay? And today, it's more about price. More about price today than ever before in the history of S&G, which is over 60 years, as you know. Okay? So, some people were going to sell at a higher price, a lot of people were going to sell in the middle, and some people were going to sell at the lower price. But in the big scheme of everything, it's important to sell the jobs, okay? And again, that's our new aggressive attitude, is sell every job we can, Okay? So, don't worry about your margins. Don't worry about anything other than getting the job. Okay? Along with that, we're going to kind of set or give you an idea. We have some new people that have started recently with the company. And as a general rule, when it comes to setting up estimates, we're looking for every salesperson to set up at least 2 estimates for every day you work. So basically, everyone's working their 5 days a week. We're looking for 10 estimates a week. It's important to get a good start on the weekends because that kind of fills in for later times. But if you're basically getting your 10 estimates a week, 40 estimates a month, that's going to give you a chance to write the big numbers. You have to keep in mind when it comes to people shopping that we are a destination store, meaning that people specifically get in their car, drive to S&G. We're not really in strip malls or in a mall situation where people are just walking by and happen to duck in. People come to us on purpose with the sole intention of buying floor covering. Okay? There are a small percentage of people that are just getting ideas or looky-loos, you might say, or people that are going to be buying in the future. But for the vast majority, probably some 95% of anybody that comes in our store is a consumer, a serious shopper, someone that's going to be buying floor covering in the next month or less. Okay, so it's important for you to push to let us get inside their home. Use that new banner that's above the counter that will beat any written bid by 10%. Use that to your advantage to get us inside the home. Again, the vast majority of all the product we sell, we install. So it all starts with you building that rapport with the customer, finding a product that works for them, and then getting us into the home to do that complimentary proposal. So again, as a scorecard for yourself, I'm looking for every salesperson to set up 40 estimates a month. Okay, 10 per week, 2 per day. Okay, along with setting up more estimates, we're also trying to improve our closure rate. And this again goes back to the will beat any written bid by 10%. In years past, months past, our closure rate used to seem we would start the month, or right at the conclusion of the month, we would have about a 50-55% closure rate, and then over the next couple weeks we'd get some straggling in orders, and it would end up somewhere between 55 to 60% closure rate. Well, being more aggressive today than ever before, we're going to take that closure rate from 60% up to 80%. And your store managers, your floor managers are going to be much more involved with you and your quotes and helping to close those. So don't be surprised when they start coming to you on a weekly basis, almost and sometimes on a daily basis, asking what the status is on these complimentary proposals, where you stand, what was the conversation you had with your customer, and have they given you a verbal commitment yet? Have they given you a deposit? And basically, what's going on with the order. And as a general rule, if you met or talked to the consumer 2 times, and we don't have a verbal commitment, your store manager is probably going to take the opportunity to lower the price, to give you an opportunity on your 3rd phone call back to them, to give them a better price and hopefully close that order. The mindset of S&G is the customer comes in, they've heard of our reputation, they've heard our advertising, you've bonded with them, they like you, you found a product that they are interested in, and they've allowed us to go in their home, which is a very personal process to them, and it's almost like a sign, it's almost some part of a commitment to you to allow us into their home. So they've liked S&G all up to that point, but we think the only reason why we lose orders realistically is 3 reasons. 10% of the people end up not buying. Another 10% of the people find a product that they like better someplace else, different color or whatever. But the other 20% that we don't sell basically comes down to price. And we're going to lower our pricing a little bit when need be to close that extra 20%. So be anticipating your store managers, your floor managers more involved with you, lowering the pricing when they have to get that closure rate up to 80%. So that's kind of the mindset, that new, really aggressive, take every order that we can attitude. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.